everyone, and welcome back to the Scandinavian Getaway with me, GWFM. It's Club 4, Episode 2 with IFK Mariehamn. So yeah, basically we're on this screen here because these are the signs I'm going to be making for next season. We haven't actually played the last game of the season yet, don't worry, that the game is definitely happening. And yeah, we're just basically going to show you what's going to be happening. We're going to be loaning these guys again, Nikolai Bakhting, Roy Samuelson and Adiel Santos. They're going to be joining. I think one or two of them are on a 2-year loan deal, so that's pretty damn handy as well. Then we've got Andreas Sivitsen, a guy I'm going to be bringing in, a youngster, he's only 19 years old. And yeah, I like his physicals. Mentally, he's not terrible. Technical, sorry, do need quite a bit of work, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to sort something out with that with his age. Otherwise, we've got Adol Titty because that's a fucking awesome name. You know, who doesn't love the Titty? But anyway, yeah, very good overall. Like all-round sort of player. He's decent at being a box-to-box and a ball winner, in my opinion. So definitely one that caught my eye. And yeah, very, very pleased to get him in for next season. In terms of how we've been getting on since you last joined us, obviously it was the West Ham game when you joined us, the away game at the London Stadium. And it's gone all right, to be fair. We had the massive shite spell there in between like the two episodes. And we did lose the next game against VPS, who were top of the league, I think, at the time, or second in the league. And then since then, a couple of wins against Kemi Kings and FC Interturku, a couple of mid-table teams. Then TPS, the bottom of the league, we drew 0-0, and I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake. Then we lost to second bottom in the league, 1-0. I'm like, for God's sake, what's going on? Then we had an international break. Well, I say international break, it's like our equivalent of a well, I would say a winter break, but we don't have one yet. And we won 5-4 against our affiliate club, FC Ireland, who were down the road. And then we played a team called 2. I want to say that's what they're called. We beat them 14-1, so that was very handy as well. I thought that'd be a good idea, just try and get confidence up. I just had, there was 2 weeks where we didn't have a game, so I just put them on the Sunday, and then finally we played cups because for some reason there's a big break and you got 2 games at the end because that makes lots of logical sense. So played cups last time out, beat them 3-1 away. Very good performance indeed. And then finally we've got FC Lahti today, who are 4th in the league. The table as it stands, we are going to be finishing mid-table. We can't finish any lower than 8th. We can get to 7th though, so it's going to be good to see what we can do. A little bit strange that you play everyone three times. So there's at least one game where you're going to have to, well, you're playing them 3 times, and one team's going to play home twice. So I don't understand why that happens unless it alternates in between seasons. I'm not entirely sure. One other thing I just want to mention is this. And it's that Finnsnes have been knocked off the top of the table, but it does look very likely. Bear in mind, there's only 30 games. There's 2 games to go. It looks very, very likely that they are still going to go into the top division, finishing at least 2nd. They could still win it, of course, but it's going to be very unlikely, in my opinion. But yeah, Rune Nordheim has actually moved on. He's actually gone to Strømsgodset because, why the hell not? They are actually in a division above, so he's going to be playing against Finnsnes, which is a shame. I actually tried to sign him. I couldn't get him. He ended up going there instead. But yeah, just nice to see that they're still doing all right. Right, so here we go. Last game of the season. We are playing against... I want to say that is our right-back's brother. Let's just check it out. And indeed it is. You can see it there. So it's going to be an interesting game. Brothers against each other. I think ours is a little bit older, so never mind. It'll be right. But yeah, only injury concern really was Amundsen. I've got another left back that could play at the minute, so he's got 88% fitness. I think he had a damaged arm or had to wear some sort of protective gear, and it's literally only just been taken off. But otherwise, yeah, they're playing against 4-4-2. It's pretty straightforward, really. After you think, let's get into them. And you know what? Let's give the fans something to go home smiling about to end the season. Why the hell not? That's quite a nice one. They can look forward to us winning the league next season. Said no one ever. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, our form recently has been very, very good, and I would not be surprised if we do quite well next season. Famous last words, of course. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, so hopefully we can go out on a bang for this season and then get some decent transfer business sorted out. And we'll be laughing next season. We'll have to wait and see. It'd be interesting to see what sort of money we get for next season. Because obviously we haven't got Europa League anymore. first highlight. I will be doing like just a brief lowdown of how the season's gone. Well, the top performers, because most of it hasn't been us. Olsen does score, nice one. Like I say, I don't know how they've performed the rest of the season, but since I've come in, since that little tricky spell that I had when I first took over, they've been a revelation, really. Right, so we've got another highlight here, and it's looking like it could be Santos. Nope, it's going to lose it. Pingoto loses out. Well, plays it, gives it away with the long ball. He's got it again. Now it's Stenio, I want to say it is. Nice little ricochet. Lingman now, who's done all right as a box-to-box, to be fair. Olsen. There's a suspension to Pontus, by the way. Good save by Siskovic, I think. I didn't see the full name. Never mind. Nice little ball out to the edge of the area. Santos! Oh, it's blazed over the bar. Right, so I've just brought Sid on because there's been an injury to Turpainen. To be honest with you, while he's been out of the side, Sid, that is, we've actually played quite a lot better, to be honest with you. I don't know if it coincides with Sid, but it's making me think, seeing as he's like one of the high earners, let him go, you know what I mean? But anyway, Sid is going to lose out in the air, and now there's a break on. Stenio, how you pronounce it. It's by Mainpa. Delightful long ball to Kanth. It's a good save, and Pagota hits the post, it goes wide. Bit of a let off. Right, they've got a highlight here. It's Tatarov, I think it is. Cleared away. Can we counter? Backed in. Finds Santos. He's out wider, sort of on his own. Finds also a delightful ball, so he's got to square it. He doesn't Sid. I've just been slating him, and he scores. Shuts me up. Says, shut up, fool. I pay the fool to put some at you. So, cracking first half there for us. Nearly a sea of green in terms of the... no, nearly a sea of green. We'll just stick with that. Right, Stenio's in early and scores. 10 seconds into the second half. That is disgusting. Show some passion, boys. Right, here we go. Their mate Mainpa's gone off. Been substituted off. He's not as good as his brother, apparently. But now, Stenio's in behind his 1-1 with the keeper. Should make it 2. He doesn't. Holgerson with a great save. He's done quite well, actually, in the last couple of games. Amundsen's down injured, but down to 10 for the time. It's cleared away by Mainpa. Santos now. Can he find Olsen? He does. Olsen's got the pace to get by everyone. Oh, it's a good save by Siskovsky. That's what his name is. Radio Santos injured as well. What the hell? They're just deciding to kill everyone before the end of the season. He was even less players. Nice one. Cheers. Cheers, boys. Right, anyway, Stenio. Let's go it wide. That is a free kick. I thought it was going to say it was a penalty, but it was way outside the box. Right, time to make some changes. Right, I've just brought on Chiali. He's got a right back and Mainpa's moved over to left back because I forgot he can actually play at left back. He's right-footed though, so it's not ideal. Here's Mäkinen. Finds Kanth. Crosses in. Holgerson deals with it really, really well. Right, long kick, I'm guessing, yep, by Holgerson. It's won by Santos. Now it's Lingman. Santos with an absolutely unnecessary spin. Somehow it finds its way to backed in. And Olsen, nice little claps to the floor, Siskowski. Right. Radio Santos, I do want to take him off because he's not played very well, and 2, he's knackered. But we might not even get to that yet. Let's have a look. Olsen, can he play it through? He gets tackled. I'm at a loss of why he lost that ball, but anyway, by the way. Anyway, Carlson finds backed in. It's a terrible ball. Let's give it away. Obviously, we listened to Chili Peppers. Stenio puts it over the bar. Another let-off. If we can get a goal, I think that'll see us with the win, but I'm not feeling very confident in the minute. They seem to be going for it. Kanth crosses deep. Just how you like it. Comes out. Pingota. It's crossed towards Kanth. No, it's scored at the near post. Right, time to make a change. We're on the attack again. Can he play it through? Lingman is a weird tackle sort of thing. I thought, how we're going to lose. Oh, he's put it wide. Just what the hell was that? Well, I've just said push forward. I did this before and we lost. Simonson though, charging forward, plays it through for Olsen. Olsen's got the pace to get behind. Can he finish? Shit bastard. I would like to finish 8th. I don't know how much money you get for winning. There's still a chance for another highlight here. There's just less than 2 minutes. Looks like it's going to be a highlight for them. This hits the post. It's a massive let off. 5 clear-cut opportunities for them. We've had 4 and 3 half chances. Last 50 seconds is the time for one last chance for us. Not with Mainpa with passing like that, you wank stain. But anyway, Mantia, Holgerson. Long kick downfield. It's aimless. Goes out for a throw-in. We're just literally watching the end of the game here, aren't we? Yeah. I mean, on the fact that the right back was called loss. It does feel like a loss, to be fair. 2-0 up and we've thrown it away, and I'm going to be telling them that I'm not happy, because I'm not. Like, it's painful. I mean, there was nothing even on the game, you know, like for us to, you know, be scared about or anything like that. But, you know, we knew where we were going to finish, either 7th or 8th, and we ended up throwing away a 2-goal deficit, and we would have overtaken into Turkey as well, because they've got beat by, I don't even know who. I can't even see the name. They must have already played. I guess they did. Oh, no, they're yet to play, so never mind, shut up, G. Although we'll add that it is against top of the league. So never mind. That's where we're going to finish. Right, so seeing as we're here now, end of season awards. Pontus Asprink got man of the match. Got player of the season with 62% of the vote. Absolutely key, I think, that we keep this guy. He's 31 years old. So he's probably got one more season in him as like a box-to-box. He's not really suitable for the ball winner. He's only got 9 tackling. But we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, Johan Carlson got the goal of the season. Let's have a look at this goal. I think we've already seen it. But it's worth another look, let's be honest. Paul Scholes, eat your heart out. Nice. Young player of the season was Erik Olsen. I think you can't really argue with that. He's done quite well. I'll get into the actual performances shortly. In terms of the season review, basically looking at this, the game that basically was just before we joined, that was the match of the season, a 2-1 win at home. And then the moment to forget, actually, this was before us as well. It looks like a week after they lost 3-0 to FC Lahti. We got destroyed 4-1 by them, so that was equally as bad if I'm honest with you. But yeah, in terms of, let's have a look at, I'm going to look at the other things first, like for instance, confidence and whatever. So ball confidence, we have finished mid-table, so 56% I think is acceptable. In terms of the Europa League, that changed. I'm certain that I said second qualifying round, and obviously it's changed to that. So that's basically down the middle, 50%. Reach a semi-final was the expectation. We got knocked out in the group stage, but the ball confidence, obviously they're not judging me because that was before me. They actually got knocked out by, I believe, the winners, who are SJK. I'm not almost certain that's what it said earlier, but anyway, never mind. In terms of job security, 55%. Again, I don't think I can be too disgruntled with that. You can see everything here. The only thing really is the managerial support and the finances, which are kind of going to get sorted, I guess, over the summer. It all depends, see what sort of budget I get. If I end up getting a lesser budget because we're not in Europe, then we might struggle. But it's definitely good. I think I'm definitely going to let Sid go because he's not. Well, it's just not great, to be fair. I've just realised I've got these in. Sorry, I'll leave them in. But yeah, it's not been too bad, I don't think. But let's have a look now at the team. So in terms of the most appearances, let's not forget as well, I'm only going to do the top 3 because it's not been my team, if you like. Most appearances, you've got Meempe making 40 appearances, 1 off the bench. You've got Asprink making 37, 2 off the bench. Erik Olsen, the youngster, the young player of the season, of course, 35 appearances and 5 off the bench. In terms of goals, the top scorers being Erik Olsen, Astrum and Sid. Little shout out to Roy Simonson with 5 goals in 6 appearances and 5 off the bench. To say that he's only a 2-star player, I didn't think that was bad. In terms of the assists, you've got Asprink up there with 10, Astrom getting 6 and Robin Sid with 5. And then the average rating, the top 3 players, Carlson, Simonson and Backton since coming in, they've been, and Santos to be fair, have all been very, very good. I actually think I've had a massive part to play in that situation there. Pontus Asprink getting a 7.07 for the whole season, which I think is pretty damn awesome. And yeah, that's it basically. I know I said top 3, but because 3 of those were like short-term loanees, if you like, for the end of the season, I thought it'd be nice to highlight them. In terms of the last 5 games, though, which in a way you could argue we played that friendly and the won 14-1. But you can kind of see that there's a bit of a theme here that everyone's been performing over the 7 practically. So quite pleased with how things have been going. Lingman's been the big disappointment. He's actually the captain as well. So I don't know. He's got leadership of 15. He's just not really got the attributes for what I need, which is a shame because he's got some really good attributes, just not where I need them. terms of finances for the end of the year, we're down to 150 grand, call it, well, minus 150 grand, so it's not good. It'd be interesting to see what sort of sponsorship money, etc. we get, and what money we get for finishing the league. I'm really keen to see what sort of transfer budget we get, because I have ended up transferring most of that budget into my wages, and we're still committing spending over. But let's not forget, as mentioned in the beginning, all these are happening, and these are taken into account. So we're at currently three grand over as budget. I'm pretty sure I could sort that out. This sell-on clause is worth about 3k, so I'm gonna leave it. Although I think he's getting on a bit. No, he's not. It's a different player. Never mind. But we have got quite a few clauses here to think about, really. But there's nothing we can do about any of them so far. But we are still getting some money, so that's quite nice to see that we're getting some money back into the club. In terms of the dynamics, as we see it now, basically we've got decent match cohesion. Dressing room atmosphere is not bad. Managerial support still not great, but it's going up, so that's something. Team leaders Asprink and Sid, I think it's key that we'll keep at least one of them. But Robin Sid is on £1 grand a week. Asprink, to be fair to him, he's the highest earner at 1,300, but he has been such a key player for us this season. In terms of the hierarchy, just expanding it, we've got Main Pat as well, who do want to stay. He's only on £800 a week, which is, compared to the rest of them, isn't anywhere near as bad. But yeah, to be fair, I've been quite pleased with Asbrink and Mainper since coming in. Sid a little bit less so. Lingman's not great. The defender, he's got probably another year in him. Astrom's been all right as well, coming off the bench. But then look at all this lot. They're all other players, which is a shame. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the summer. That's all I'll say at this point. Aside from, apparently, Asprink and Sid still oppose me. I'm starting to get a little bit of support, though, from a couple of the other players. Right, so that is it, guys, for this season. We'll be back, I believe it'll be next week at this point. But basically, we'll be starting a new season. We'll be looking to mount a title challenge of sorts, as best we can. Because, again, we've got to win the league, haven't we? That's the deal. Or win a cup. We've got to win some silverware, let's put it that way. And hopefully, we can do it next season with the right signings. Like I say, I'm quite bored with the signings brought in, like Adil Santos and already. We just need to strengthen further. I think one of the things I've noticed is the defence isn't amazing, so that's something I need to work on. Midfielder, probably need. Well, I've got 2 coming in, but I probably need 1 more of like really high quality. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. And this season since coming in, I know it's only been like 3 episodes, but hopefully you can join us next season. And until then, I'll see you then. Bye bye.